Bella Hull, welcome to this week's episode of The Truth, My Opinion.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for coming.
What an honour to be here.
Such a pleasure. The last time we were together, we were both on the news quiz together.
Yes, that's the kind of thing that we do.
That's the kind of thing we do. We just go on Radio 4, just shoot the shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And now we're in my living room, shooting the shit, I guess.
Yeah, loving it. I love the decor in here.
Thank you.
It's cozy. I love the yellow.
Yes, well, I think the yellow, the sort of butter yellow, is coming back in because of Backrooms.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Do you watch horror movies?
I love horror movies.
Oh!
I adore it.
They are too scary.
Backrooms I enjoyed Backrooms. I think there is a kind of online discourse about whether it was good or not. But I did enjoy it.
I won't be watching it either way.
Fine.
I find horror movies to be absolutely disgusting. I think they should be illegal. I hate them. They are way too scary. They ruin my life. I tried to watch 28 Years Later. I had to leave after 7 minutes.
Really?
Because I was freaking out.
That is the deep end of horror, I think,
It's
though.
awful.
If you're not sure whether you want to... Like, I would begin with a kind of psychological thriller, maybe. I wouldn't go in for a zombie.
It was so disturbing.
Yeah.
The last horror movie I watched to completion was Hereditary.
Oh, also really horrifying.
I don't think I couldn't sleep properly for, I would say, 8 years.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely... I would wake up in the middle of the night and think, oh, that little girl's head is on my desk. Brilliant. You know what I mean? And it would just be a hat.
Again, Bella, I think you're kind of... There are there's many films in the horror genre that aren't quite as horrifying as the two you've literally named and watched. So I think that you might have to take some responsibility.
Maybe I'll do some softer horror.
Yes, have some softer horror. But Bella, first, I want you to answer the question that I ask everyone on the podcast. Are you a newsy person?
I'm a woman of many phases, I would say. I love the news when I feel like I understand it, but I quite easily start reading something, feel kind of stupid.
Okay.
Because it mentions 8 different other stories that I feel like I'm not across.
I see that, yeah.
And then I think, ugh.
Yes.
But I would say whenever there's like a big political event coming up, or there's something in the news that feels like a swarm, like an actual event, I'm into that.
Okay.
I would say I digest podcasts. I listen to a lot of podcasts about the news.
Okay. Interesting. I mean, I think actually you're absolutely right about reading an article that then has 8 links to other articles. I feel like that is quite literally the problem with the news. The Guardian are very bad at doing that. Every other line they hyperlink, and I feel exactly that. Where
and
I'm like,
giving me more reading.
Exactly. Oh, I was meant to read that. It's always the news feels like you're always coming in on like the sort of finale of series 7,
and it never finishes.
It never finishes.
A newspaper you used to just finish the newspaper, and that was it.
Yeah,
that was everything that had happened
every day. Yeah,
now it's just it never ends, and there's always more, stuff that's breaking news. And there are small stories and big stories, and everything online because the algorithms. It's like the things that are blasted into your face are not necessarily the most important things, but they're the things that your eyes are like, whoa, about, that are most outrageous things or whatever.
Yeah.
So I always feel a bit like the more I know, the less I feel I know.
Yes.
With the news.
Well, there's more questions. The more answers, more questions. That's how... Is that
and
the
so
saying?
much is opinion-based now.
Well, Bella, I'm going to put you in charge of the news. You've brought us 4 fantastic headlines.
Yeah.
I'd like you... Before we get into the meat of the podcast, to please read the headline that you've brought for our Patreon subscribers in your best newsy voice, preferably.
When is Flying Ant Day 2026? Baking UK braced for insect invasion.
Okay. Well, actually, this is a little bit, goes back to your sort of horror fear, where the UK is braced for an invasion of flying ants. So... if you'd like to know when that day is, if me and Bella work it out,
we're going to get to the bottom of it.
We're going to get to the bottom of it over on Patreon. You can search for The Truth of My Opinion on Patreon and subscribe for £5 a month. Bella, let's get on with it, shall we? Could you please deliver in your best newsy voice your first news headline?
Phoebe Bridgers announces 2026 UK, Europe and North America arena tour with no phones.
Okay, no phones. Tell me what this story is.
So Phoebe Bridgers, she's coming out with a new album. 6 years since Phoebe Bridgers released a new album. 6 years of just re-listening to the same songs and experiencing the same type of depression. I'm ready for a new type of depression with Phoebe. I want the Paul Mescal songs.
Oh, interesting.
You know, I want the Bo Burnham songs.
Yeah, well, Bo Burnham, so Phoebe Bridgers just brought out a new song, The Lost Boys. Bo Burnham is a lyricist on it.
What do you think about that? Comedians becoming serious?
Well, Bo Burnham's quite an interesting one, isn't he? He's sort of, ever since, what was it, Inside?
He's tortured.
He's tortured. I mean, I remember watching Inside and, I mean, loving it, but I was like, I'm not sure what I've really seen. I wouldn't be like, that was comedy.
No, and I think it was a very strange, tragic... It was almost tragic comedy, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. And I couldn't tell whether he was having a real mental breakdown or whether he was playing up to the camera. He must have been playing up to the camera.
Yeah, I couldn't tell either. And it's really interesting because his early stuff was so incredibly joyful and sparky. And it was very like spiky and biting. But then it kind of became, he was this man in this lair and inside with this big beard and he was so unsavable and the world was so unsavable and it became very dystopian. And now he's going out with Phoebe Bridgers and it all kind of, I feel like she probably won't be making him funnier.
No. Maybe that's why he's committed to the now he's a lyricist. If there ever were any element of being a comedian left in Bo Burnham, that's now
it's gone.
That's now
it's
gone.
Ashes.
That is Ashes. Thanks to Phoebe Bridgers.
Call it a cricket tournament because it's the Ashes.
So yeah, for Phoebe Bridgers, she's doing her tour, and she's actually, what I realised after you sent this story, one of actually a growing number of musicians who are banning phones.
And some comedians do it as well. No, John Mulaney did it in his last London show. I think really? No phones. Everyone had to put their phone in a pouch.
Well, that's what people recording John Mulaney.
I think part of it is they don't want anything to be recorded.
Right.
They want control over the narrative and blah, blah, blah. But I think Phoebe's doing it because it's part of her entire aesthetic. Her whole thing online is like, she doesn't even have a profile picture on Instagram. She often does Instagram stories that are quite like bizarre and they have to be decoded, and you just know that there's going to be like a big Reddit thread kind of decoding what does this screenshot mean. She's not giving it to anyone on the nose what her product is. She kind of is shielding it, and I think that she is going to be part of an already existing but like emerging analog movement that's kind of like friction maxing, that's like shouldn't have any phones, there's evil in the phones, which I do think there's evil in the phones.
What's friction maxing?
Friction maxing is a new movement where you're like, everything is so easy now in our life. Amazon Prime, everything's convenient. You have a Hoover that does it for like, and friction maxing is like, I'm gonna do the hard thing. I'm not gonna get an Uber. I'm gonna walk. I'm not gonna.
God, is that what it's come down to?
Yeah, that's what it's come down to. It's like I'm gonna make my life slightly harder for myself.
Right.
Because actually, when everything's easy, you still have a lot of demons in your head. You know what I mean? It doesn't. Whereas friction maxing is kind of like, I'm gonna garden and then I'm gonna read a book rather than just listen to a podcast.
Right. Oh, I see.
Like, let's make things a bit harder.
Okay. Yeah, we're finished as a civilization.
Yeah, we're
really,
finished.
We're
obviously
totally
it's over.
Finished. And sorry, just to go back a little bit, you said there's evil in the phones.
There's
what do you mean?
Evil in the phones. In fact, actually, more to this point, my backpack is over there. Can I show you?
Yeah. What is it?
Okay, right. So.
Oh my God.
So I'm very pro this because
you're friction maxing with your phone. Maxing.
I accidentally put my iPhone in a public bin a couple of weeks ago in Finsbury Park. I just chucked it in a public bin.
What? Not thinking?
Just I was putting a sandwich wrapper in the bin. I wasn't concentrating. My phone was in the hand. It just went straight in the bin.
And you realised after.
I then had 10 seconds, I would say, where I was just thinking about what to do. And my phone was in the bin. And within those 10 seconds, I had what could only be described as an enlightenment experience about the fact that phones are causing us pain.
No way.
So much screen time. It's making us so unhappy. And we think that it's like, because it's like such short form dopamine.
Yeah.
Clip, 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 clip.
Yeah.
And then you put your phone down and you're like, what do you feel? Just bad, weird, out of body. And so I got this phone. It's a Barbie phone.
Oh my God.
It is designed for children, but I've got it. It's a real phone. So it's pink. It has a braid charm on it. It has a mirror front. It says what the time is on the front of the phone. It's a flip phone. And when you turn it on, it says, "Hey Barbie." And it forced me to save my first contact as Ken.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, it did. And this is the phone that I still have an iPhone because you sometimes just need it for like life. But I try not to go on it much. So I've been going on it less.
So what you're saying is you reached back into the bin, got your iPhone.
Got my iPhone out. But then I was like, things do need to change a bit around here. So I got the Barbie phone because I'm
Okay.
and sometimes I'll just like if I'm going to see a friend or going to a gig, I'll just take my phone. I'll just leave my smartphone at home. I mean, there are definitely times where like I've been meeting people outside restaurants and I'm like, is this the right place? And it's not. And then I sort of you do waste 20 minutes just finding it.
You call Ken.
And then you call Ken, you're like, hello, Barbie speaking. I'm lost. But I will say that it has made me feel way more in control about my life. And so that's why I'm quite pro the Phoebe Bridgers no phones. Because I think it's bigger than her not wanting people to record her.
Yeah.
I think it's actually about her wanting people to experience live music.
Yes.
As it should be experienced.
Yes, I think you're right. I also noticed it said like no smart watches. There's no devices of any
no
kind.
Artificial light.
Exactly. So there's like these little bags that you get there and you put all your devices in and you sort of like the brick. You sort of lock it and you keep hold of it.
Yeah.
And then it only unlocks when you leave the kind of phone-free zone.
I kind of love it. What do you think?
I think I agree with you. I think I'm quite good at not I'm on my phone constantly, like when I'm walking or something like that, which is bad. I don't enjoy. But if I'm not the sort of person when at a gig to start filming it. I'm quite at those kinds of things. I'm quite good at being like,
video's always shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's always shit, and I'm like, I'm never gonna look at this picture ever again. Never ever. So I think this is the people she's targeting need to be targeted with
definitely.
this, I think, because we're not talking about people just carrying smartphones. Like you might not be that person, but you might be one of the 20% of people who just stand at a gig and film it, and get in everyone's way.
Yeah, and it's like,
everywhere.
when people are on FaceTime.
Oh my
gig,
god,
that actually pisses me off.
Should be.
Well, that person should be buying a ticket.
Exactly. We'd all be FaceTiming if we can, love.
Exactly.
Get her off. How much is she paid?
You should have to pay a FaceTime ticket. That's cheating.
Oh my god. I mean, you said that there will be FaceTime tickets. I guarantee. But Bob Dylan, he's another one, and Jack White.
Yeah.
And bizarrely in this article, the sort of Swedish rock band Ghost, who I'd never heard of.
Never heard of Ghost.
Never heard of Ghost. But a person who is currently in the music psyche, who opposes phone bans, is Damon Albarn, the lead singer of Gorillaz, or one half of Gorillaz.
He thinks pro phones.
He said basically 2 years ago, Bob Dylan said, I'm banning phones. And Damon Albarn said, well, if you're having to ban phones for your audience to pay attention, maybe your show should be better. Which suggests to me he's got maybe more beef between him and
I think that's a bad take.
I think it is a bad take. Because
I think it's deeper than people. I don't think Bob Dylan has an issue with people texting and being on their phones. Well, I think he probably has an issue with people just not really being present. And no one's present.
Not really listening.
Yeah. But that sounds like he's got Bob Dylan related beef, I think.
That's definitely Bob v Damon beef, I think. Yeah. But no, I think we're agreed. I think this is a good move from Phoebe Bridgers. Ban the phones.
Let's all go analog.
I'm actually extremely tempted to. Do they have a Ken version of that?
They probably do have a Ken version of that. They've got loads of different versions of it. I literally love it. It's my alarm clock as well.
That's brilliant.
So I put my phone in another room.
I really love that. I do really love that.
It is just fantastic.
Yeah.
Call my therapist on this. That's when you know you've really got problems. I called myself in the mirror and I was like, oh, I'm on phone therapy to my therapist with a Barbie phone that I got for my mental. If this was the 1800s, I'd be drowned as a witch. I'm so glad I'm alive just today and not at any other point in history, because I would have been absolutely cunted in the head with a shovel.
Bella, please tell us what your second headline is.
A soup of toxic waste. E. coli levels in the Thames are 30 times higher than usual after sewage discharges during heatwave.
This makes me fucking furious.
Yeah, does it?
Yeah, I'm furious about this. Tell me the story.
So the story is that the heat wave, I'm not sure about the mechanics of it, but there has been a surge of sewage in the Thames to the point that if you are in the Thames and like a rower and you have an open wound, the level of bacteria in the Thames could actually kill you.
Yeah, it could give you fucking sepsis and you could die. You can literally die.
Yeah.
So the mechanics of this is that I think with the water industry, I think everyone's kind of familiar now where they always give you this bollocks about when it rains heavily, they're legally allowed to discharge stuff into rivers, which I think is actually a bit of a lie. That it should only be like in extreme weather events that they can do that. So last year, apparently, I didn't know this, they built the super sewer in London called Tideway Super Sewer.
Called Hinge.
Yes, I love that. She's got jokes. And anyway, this was under maintenance. So they picked the heat wave as an opportunity to do their maintenance. And then it rained.
Oh.
As I think is meteorologically predictable. So they shouldn't have fucking done this thing.
Yes, of course, because after a heat wave, there's always a big thunderstorm. You morons.
You fucking idiots. And then they basically released a load of sewage. And I've got the figures, Bella. Bloody hell. So yeah, you're right. This rowing boat, it's Fulham Reach Boat Club in Hammersmith. Along with River Action, they did some analysis and they recorded 58,000 ecoli per 100 millilitres of river water. Anything over 1,000 ecoli is considered like completely unswimmable. On average, the level at this part of the river is already 1,500 ecoli.
Bad.
And this is happening right across the goddamn country, Bella.
Sorry.
You were close. Country.
Single get a comedian, you just never know if they're zoned out.
I'll never know. But yeah, the water companies are shoving shit again.
Yeah,
they're up to their old tricks.
Poo is everywhere.
Yeah,
it also feels like, I don't know, there was something about this heat wave in particular, much more than the others, that felt, I think because it was so extreme, it really felt like, oh, we have fucked the climate.
Yeah, it did feel like that.
It felt like climate change.
Yes.
It felt like global warming in a way that it, like other heat waves have kind of felt in my heart a bit more arbitrary.
Yes, a bit more random. This one felt like a malicious act of God, being like, you fuckheads haven't washed out your baked bean cans. Here you are, it's 37 degrees, you morons. Like, it really felt like a heat wave that was like a punishment. You're so right. And also, I think immediately following another heat wave.
Yes.
And I'd hate to say it.
Yeah.
There's another one on the way.
Oh my God.
It's gonna. We're not through this. We are not through this yet. But the sort of the tragedy of this, Bella, is that the heat wave is, we're talking. This has been years in the making. Shit in rivers has been happening for the last couple of decades.
Yeah.
It's and I don't want to use this as a shameless sort of moment to plug my book.
No.
Bella, I don't know if you know, I've written a book. And
you've written a book. Not only that, but you're going on a book tour, aren't you?
I'm also going on a book tour, believe it or not. You can buy tickets now through the link in my bio. But I did a chapter when I looked into the water companies, and it is quite literally obscene. So in 1989, Thatcher sold off the water companies. It was under national control, public control, and all of these private water companies came in, and it was more private equity and finance bros and bankers bought it all up, sold off all the assets, never made any kind of investment in the infrastructure. And now what's happened is we've got fucking 50-year-old infrastructure that is crumbling at the seams, and they can't be asked. They'd have no money to
There's no way to replace it.
There's no way to replace it.
It's a bit like at school when they'd build like a temporary classroom.
Exactly.
And then it would just be there for 30 years.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. Except in this case, I don't even think they're building a temporary classroom. They're just getting you out into the playground.
Yeah.
It's pissing it down.
Yeah.
It's raining shit.
Yeah.
And that's it. They're like, this is how it is now.
And also the kind of shruggery of it's kind of like, oh, sorry.
Yeah, I know. This is what's crazy.
Like, this is dangerous and this is life-threatening.
Exactly.
And it's kind of, why isn't it a bigger story as well? I don't think it's that big of a story.
I agree. I totally agree. I mean, the kind of thing that this is connected to in the article you sent is Andy Burnham.
Right.
So
okay.
Andy Burnham is basically Prime Minister in waiting, and he's been talking about possibly nationalising the water companies, even though his chief of staff used to work for a lobbying firm that actually worked for Thames Water. So that's probably now going to be unlikely. But this is a thing I think that is becoming more in the public psyche. Did you watch Dirty Business, Channel 4?
I don't think I did watch Dirty Business.
It's very good. People are now becoming more aware that this is happening. But in Dirty Business, they talk about these cases of people, as you said, people literally die.
Yeah.
If you swallow water like this,
you're gone.
You can literally die.
Yeah.
You can literally die.
And also, I think it's like, what are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to just sort of accept that this is the new reality that we're living in?
Yeah.
Because what else are we to do? And that's what's kind of frustrating about it, is that it feels kind of, the reason it's kind of a small news story, it doesn't feel like something, but it feels emblematic of a new world in which we're entering, where things like this are happening, and they are related to like ecological collapse, and they are related to like systemic collapse, and it's kind of like we're just like, okay,
totally. I mean, their bullshit statement. So this is Thames Water arseholes that are responsible for this. They said like, the maintenance was scheduled during a period of dry weather to minimise operational risk. However, an exceptional and highly localised storm occurred unexpectedly during this time, which resulted in the spill. I fucking hate them. It's not really laugh o'clock, really, because it makes me so angry, Bella. It makes me so goddamn angry.
Yeah. It's crap.
Have you been negatively affected by shit in a river? Why did you bring this story?
Have I been negatively affected by shit in a river? I do love and romanticize a river, actually. I really love being able to sit near a river.
Okay.
I'm a Cancer. I like to be near water.
Yeah.
It's quite deeply soothing to me.
Is that a Cancer thing?
I think so. Yeah, we're crabs. We kind of like being near.
I see.
Soothing, but like not if it's fucking full of shit.
Full of shit.
So I'm just like, don't ruin my happy place.
Yeah.
I find like feeding the ducks and stuff, it's always something I felt very peaceful. I really liked. And now I'm just like, can you not? Can you not have it like that? Because there's obviously going to be a massive knock-on effect.
Yes.
To this. And this is the thing, that all of these things are like, they are written about as if they're isolated events. And it's like, well, no, because now what's going to happen is like wildlife is affected and blah 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 blah. It's a domino. It's like a knock-on effect.
Well, the person who's part of this sort of action campaign said that the sewage was actually in worse condition in the river than it would have been actually exiting our bottoms, because what's happened is the water, because of the heat wave. So it's cleaner
to just shit yourself.
So it's quite literally, that's how bad our waterways are.
Wow.
It is the poo-poo in our bots is literally
it's clean,
it's
squeaky.
Clean, squeaky clean compared to the ones in our rivers, because of the heat wave. It was at like 24, 25 degrees. And it was untreated sewage. So all the sewage has gone there. It's sat there for God knows how many weeks. And then it's been released into warm, slowly moving water, which has meant that it's just been this and that's why they called it like a sort of toxic brew.
Yes.
Because it's become a hot petri dish of just E. coli.
It feels very Victorian, actually.
Extremely Victorian.
It feels very Victorian.
Yeah.
It's like, what next as well? It's like, are we going to have the coldest winter ever?
Yeah.
Is it going to freeze over? Are we going to be selling, is there going to be some feudal system on the frozen Thames? Like, do you know what I mean? I feel like everything, it just feels like a very dystopian story.
Yeah.
And I think it's absolutely diabolical.
Yeah, it's also not happening right across the country. I was in Glasgow for my best friend's stag do over the weekend. We went to Loch Lomond, little sauna, drop in the river.
Lovely.
And that was perfectly clear. Because they were all Scots there, as you can imagine. And I said, is it safe to go in the river? And all the water in Scotland is publicly owned.
Wow, okay.
So, and they don't dump shit in the river.
In there.
They don't.
Although it's not a bin.
Exactly. Well, let's move swiftly on. Bella, could you please now deliver your third and final headline?
16 years on, and Cat Bin Lady continues to confuse and inspire.
Okay, Bella, this is a historical headline. Evaldus Carossus came on a couple of weeks ago with also a historical headline about Bin Laden, and this is now we're continuing that trend. So we've gone from Bin Laden to Cat Bin Lady. Do you want to, for anyone...
Cat Bin Laden.
Cat Bin Laden.
Yeah.
Yes. So for anyone who's unfamiliar with this story, do you want to give us a sort of overview?
In 2010, a lady in Coventry was filmed on CCTV stroking a tabby cat and then picking it up by the scruff of its neck, putting it in the bin and walking away.
Yes.
Following from that, there was what I would call a national psychological breakdown. She went so incredibly viral. She received dozens and dozens of death threats.
Yes.
For putting this cat in the bin, to the extent that she had to have police guarding her house.
Yeah.
In her defense, she said that her dad was critically ill in hospital.
Yes.
That was her, like, I had things going on at home excuse. But people thought, not good enough. You cannot put a cat in a bin. I think it kind of identified two national obsessions we have, which is we are obsessed with cats, we're obsessed with bins, and we're also obsessed with neighbours being naughty and being caught out.
Yes.
We are kind of obsessed with catching people.
Yes.
And having a gotcha moment.
Yes, because it was almost like an accidental gotcha moment, wasn't it? Because I think on the Wikipedia page it said the owners of the cat were like, "Where the fuck is the cat?"
Yes.
And then they heard it meowing in the bin, and I think they would probably quite innocently have been like, "Oh my god, how did that get in the bin?"
Yes.
And they had a camera, and then they looked back, and that's when they saw the woman, and they uploaded it onto the internet.
Yeah.
It as a kind of awareness raising to be
Yes.
like, what the hell? You don't do this.
Yeah.
And then obviously
It went
crazy. Her
Yeah.
identity was discovered and she received death threats.
Don't fuck with cats.
Don't fuck with cats. I mean, this might actually be the original.
This is the
Don't fuck
original
with
Don't
cats.
Fuck with Cats. Yeah.
Yes.
I think people feel towards cats a level of violent protectiveness.
Yes.
That makes people behave in such a homicidal way. I don't think it's just British. I think it's like a global thing.
Yeah.
That you just shouldn't fuck with cats. It obviously tapped deeply into something for a lot of people. I remember like being close to tears when I first saw that video.
Really?
I thought it was so nasty what she did to that cat.
Well-
I mean, she just chucked it in the bin. But, you know.
Well, I'd be very careful with your words. You can't just say just chucked a cat in the bin
she
because
didn't.
they will come after you.
Yes.
The
I mean-
animal people will come after you.
She got sort of doxed, I think.
Yes, I mean, actually, you're right. It was a doxing. It's a sort of, it's interesting, isn't it? 2010, because you can sort of, if you overthink it, you can kind of trace our entire sort of cancel culture back to that moment.
Yeah, that's very true.
Because
And
that
it was
was
also kind of quite a much younger internet than we have
much
today.
younger internet. How
But
interesting.
it wasn't like incredibly embryonic. Like, I don't know, like 2006 YouTube was like a very kind of new thing.
Yeah.
By the time it was like 2010, it's like quite a lot of people were quite active online
Yes.
and ready to get very angry.
Yeah.
And also it was kind of, we didn't know that. I think now it's a much quicker operation about like identifying people that we're outraged by.
That's true. And then there's a bit of a churn, isn't there?
Yeah, and
There's a bit of a
punishing them.
churn. They're like, today we're angry at this person, but tomorrow we'll be angry at another person.
The court
But-
of public opinion.
Exactly. But poor, I think, is it Carol she was called? Carol. Yeah, she did. Her excuse was, my dad was dying.
Yeah.
You go, well, I in a way, I don't think that is good enough.
It's no excuse.
But you're absolutely right to diagnose as this is a story that reveals kind of how the British psyche works, because YouGov did a load of polls.
Not just one poll, multiple polls were
Multiple
done
polls.
by YouGov. Normally used to predict elections and ask for public opinion about, things that are really important. They asked it about the woman that put the cat in the bin. And it was like, it's really serious stats. Like 9% think that she wasn't punished hard enough or something like that. It's like there are loads of these
It's
stats.
like 9% think she should be killed.
Yeah.
There was definitely a capital punishment element.
It's like,
They were
who's that 9%? I love it.
I love it. But I believe her official punishment was a
Fine.
£250 fine.
I think it was actually, was it more than that in the end? Was it a grand?
She had to pay the legal fees
Right,
for the
okay.
RSPCA.
And the Sun made a game of putting her in a bin.
Oh my God, yes, they did.
They made a game.
They did. An
Which
online
I actually
game.
don't think that they would make now.
No, this is what I mean. It's such an interesting cultural moment.
Yeah,
the 2010s,
it was a much younger time.
Because now I think you would be a bit like, I don't do that's inappropriate. Don't
No.
put her in a bin.
And also now I think it also 2010 was pre your feelings are valid. It was pre mental health awareness.
Yes, and actually, Bella, if I could be a little bit contrarian, I think now there'd be a lot of people rightly being like, well, that's sort of violence against women.
Yes.
There's lots of different. There are lots of different discourses in our. You couldn't be like, well, you can't go on the Sun website and then threaten to put an old woman in a bin because that's not acceptable.
Yes, that is violent. I mean, also it's a game where you're putting a woman in a bin.
Yes, you are being violent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The symbolism of that isn't great.
It's not good. It's not good. But you're upset. You told me you were obsessed with this story.
I was obsessed with this story. I just think it's like one of those moments to me that really everything can be linked back to.
Yes.
In the cultural cobweb.
Yes.
I think there are so many like memes that have happened now Do you remember when there was like a heat wave a couple of years ago, and there was a video that went viral of a man having a bath in his bin?
Yes.
And that was like, he was like someone was filming him, and he was having an argument, being like, well, what's wrong with me having a bath in my own bin? It's a heat wave, and he was really aggy.
He was furious. Yeah.
That to me is like kind of cosmically related to the cat bin lady. I think that we're all kind of obsessed with our bins, and like we all have this relationship with our bins, and we're possessive over our bins. You know, I don't know. There's something there about the bins that we're like. We own our bin, but also we want to be able to put things in. We're like, that's rubbish. I don't know.
Is it somehow related to Brexit? There's some...
Yeah, it feels related to Brexit. It's like we possess our own things.
Yeah, we don't want to be told how to use our bins by anyone.
Yes. There's something there.
Yes, maybe you are right. Yes, that should be studied.
Yeah,
we should do a PhD
bins
on
do
that.
feel sort of like deep tissue culture in Britain. Like if your neighbour disrespects your bin...
Yeah, you're right.
It's like, I think you would be so livid if you're a British person.
You're right. The only aggro I get in my neighbourhood is bin related.
Yeah, bin related aggro. And I think that's why, for some reason, it's a bit like people skipping a queue. Whereas you can like sort of go to Spain and queue up for an ice cream, and people just fucking go right in front of you, and nobody cares, and it's kind of just they just have a much looser system.
Yeah.
Whereas now an order, and it's my bin.
Yeah.
And it's something. It's almost like I think if you're British, your bin is an extension of who you are, because we have such low self-esteem as people. So like if someone puts the wrong thing in your bin, or insults your bin, or steals your bin, it's like they've stolen you.
Yeah, it is that.
You know?
Yes, you're so right. You're so right. Do you think there are any lessons we can learn from Cat Bin Lady? Do you think we've become more? I don't know. Has she softened the way we deal with people that put cats in bins?
I don't know. I think how has she changed things? I think that she also is a famous person that is. We don't know. I don't know her full name. I just know that we all know about Cat Bin Lady.
She's Cat Bin Lady.
Yes.
Yeah.
And maybe that's kind of a new form of celebrity.
Yeah.
Is like the person that did a viral thing.
Yeah.
But we can't really name them. Like Two Girls, One Cup. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know what their legal names are, but they are famous.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Very good. Well, I think we can say, I hope Cat Bin Lady's doing well.
I hope she's okay.
I hope she's okay. I think she will have learnt her lesson.
Yeah.
There was a quote on the Wikipedia that I did find quite funny. Let me see if I can get it up. It said, flustered, she told reporters, "I don't know what came over me, but I suddenly thought it would be funny. I never thought it would be trapped. Cats are good climbers, and I assumed it would just scramble out." So,
do we give her the benefit of the doubt?
I think not. I think she was mean to the cat.
I think it was a moment of madness for sure.
Yeah. We could talk about this for hours. I feel like what was that? What flipped in her mind? Was it? What if there was a human there? Would she have just? Do you ever have that when you have those thoughts? You're like, what if I just punched you in the face?
Yeah. Why don't I just drop kick this toddler in front of the tube? Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Well, we'll leave it there. Bella Hull, what a way to end the podcast. Could you please remind our listeners? When your Edinburgh show is on, the venue, the time?
My Edinburgh show is called Mad Cow Disease. It's on every day in August from the 4th to the 30th, 12:30 lunchtime.
Excellent.
At Monkey Barrel Comedy in MB1. That's the venue. And it's every day. Come along.
Fantastic. And if people want to follow you on socials, do you want to give your social handle?
I am at Bella Hull on everything, but I'm mainly on Instagram.
Wonderful. Bella Hull, what a fantastic news hour. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Thanks so much for having me. I've loved it. Woo.
Brilliant.